Hello everybody, it's TMOG 217. Welcome to a LEGO Ninjago Dragons Rising set review. Taking a look at set number 71791, Zane's Dragon Power Spinjitzu Race Car. This is a set that contains 307 pieces, 4 minifigures, and released officially on June 1st of 2023. So taking a quick look at these side builds first, you have this little robot drone character. I don't recall seeing this in the show as of the time of this recording. Maybe it'll show up in the second half of the first season of Dragons Rising, but this just is a fun little robot build that kind of stands still. It's got a little bit of a wobble to it, mainly because of the microphone piece that is used at the bottom there, but it's a robot build. What more do you want from it? Then you get two of these hoverboard craft-like pieces that have a sticker on them at the very front there, and in the show, these appear basically without the translucent orange, so they're kind of flying around like that. But I guess, you know, it just gives you some display ability to have this orange dish piece of sorts that can spin, and you can display the figures on here like so. And like I said earlier, you do get two of these, so nice little display pieces. Let's have a look at the main build, shall we? Which is Zane's Spinjitzu Power Car. I can't even remember the full name, it's quite a mouthful. But anywho, it's a nice little car. It's not too big and not too small. Definitely you feel like you're getting the value with this one. There is a handful of stickers throughout the build. You got a sticker right here, 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 and then mainly underneath the hood, which has what looks like Zane's power source powering the car. Interesting little detail. And you have this new burst electrical piece in translucent blue. This is also going to be appearing in translucent yellow with the Spider-Man No Way Home set that's releasing August 1st as the time of recording. So interesting new part. But yeah, you do have the Evo car wheels, which are a hard plastic at the front here. You do have some stickers on the side as well. I forgot to point out, my bad. You do have two slots there on the side for these little ball pieces in a translucent blue with some glitter effect to them. And I'm assuming these are Ice Dragon power cores. They're supposed to be collectible ones throughout the wave that you have to collect instead of collectible weapons or masks. You get collectible orbs, which is something interesting of a concept. But yeah, Zane fits in there quite snugly with no real thing studding him in. He just uses that, which is okay by me. He does have a steering wheel, which is a gamer's controller, which you can turn from side to side, although it is a little bit hard to do because it's studded in, but it can be done, as you guys can kind of see right there. I only wish that this would have been a printed gamer controller to have like some controls on it or something like that, rather than an unprinted one. Just nitpicky about that, I guess. But now, one thing I will point out really quickly here is at the sides right here, you have some katanas. These are actually put on after the fact because these are essentially weapons storage for the Zane minifigures. So originally, when you first build this set, I think you just kind of have these like that, and I didn't notice until after I looked at the box, I think, is that, oh, these are meant to go here as kind of like weapons storage. So a little bit of a hidden thing, but it still looks kind of cool nonetheless. Speaking of the back part right here, there is a little lever piece for you to flip down. It can pop off a few times, so it's a little bit of a weak connection piece. Would have wished they would have added something to keep it a little bit more sturdy, but it is what it is. But if you push down, the wheels will pop up. It's better shown if I show it in the air. You guys can see how the wheels just move forward, and that's to make it so all the weight goes onto these little orb pieces, so that way you can get more of a fun function. And I'll back up the camera here a second so that you can have some distance to see. So what this does is you got more weight on the balls right here and no weight at all on these wheels, really. And this basically, the play feature is you just spin it around. The car has spinjitzu. You can use it to attack opponents. So I guess what you could do is you could get one of these little glider things and just spin it in place. But I guess the main idea is, there you go. That's the play feature. And then to put it back up, you just lift this up, and like I said, very easy to pop off, unfortunately, for a piece, but then you just got the car in a regular kind of rolling around state. And as you guys can see, the back wheels are kind of a little bit too sturdy. The front wheels almost a little loose, but that's because I have a wooden surface. I guarantee on other surfaces it will be a little bit different, more of a clutch power thing going on. But anywho, not much else to say about this build, so let's have a closer look at the minifigures included in this set. Taking a look at the first two minifigures included in this set, on the left we have Zane in his Dragons Rising Season 1 outfit. and on the right, Cole in his Dragon Rising Season 1 outfit as well. Now, these figures are not exclusive to this set whatsoever, but they are currently, as the time's recording, the cheapest way to get your hands on both minifigures, as they come in sets that cost about $100 or more Canadian. So, yeah, this is probably the best way to get your hands on these two figures if you're hunting for them. I really like the design of these. They're pretty cool. The mask at the top of them does look a little bit off, but it's okay. I'm not disliking it enough where I'm saying that they're bad designs. They do bring back what the Lego Ninjago movie introduced, and that is two-piece masks, and that's pretty cool, you know, interesting. This piece actually was reused from Dragon Hunters, or Hunted, sorry. I think it was used in a black with some characters. I can't remember the one off the top of my head, but interesting that we're getting it in new colors. Now, they did bring a modified piece back with some katana holders, and you can see the double-sided facial expressions there. I'll flip over the heads in a second here so you can see what those look like with the masks on. And that's what those look like. Pretty interesting designs. No idea what they're supposed to serve a purpose for, if they're included in the show or not, or if it's just one of those things that's a neat design for the figures. Kind of reminds me of the swappable, reversible heads that they introduced in the arcade season of Ninjago. I don't remember the names off the top of my head. I'm drawing a blank, but the arcade season of Ninjago, they had a similar concept for the look, and that's just what the vibes give me. But removing the masks, this is what the torso looks like underneath, and you can get a better look at the facial prints. All unique, of course. Kind of nice that we got a new Zane facial print after how many years, but yeah, not really much else to say about these figures, so let's have a look at the next two. For the last two minifigures, on the left you have an Imperium Claw Hunter, and on the right an Imperium Guard Commander. These figures are not exclusive either to this set, but again, pretty much the cheapest way to get your hands on these figures, at least until they come into foil packs, because these are basically Army Builder figures, and eventually they come in foil packs, so I'm calling that right now, as the time's recording, that they're going to not be the cheapest way to get your hands on these, but they're still an Army Builder, which is a nice thing nonetheless. So they're moving the weapons really quickly here, which are kind of cool, but you got a staff, and then you got this new dual molded blade piece, which again are common throughout the Ninjago Dragons Rising sets, but it gives you a better look at the design. They both have unique helmets. One of them, literally, I'm calling this again, if it hasn't been used already, it's going to be used as a frying pan. Like, you attach a little pole connection, then maybe an egg printed piece, that's a frying pan. So it's kind of weird they got a frying pan on the top of here, but hey, merged realms is the concept of Ninjago Dragons Rising, and different worlds, different histories, etc., for how they run things. So anyway, another interesting choice is this helmet design. Reminds me of a bit of a Triceratops. Maybe that's just me, maybe it's the horns, but yeah. Now, they do have a little bit of a robotic look to them, but in the show they are not robots. They're just regular people dressed up in this. So anyway, let's remove this fancy gear to have a better look at the printing underneath on the torso, which these guys look pretty cool regardless. Little bit of an interesting thing how you got like swapped colors with gold and black throughout these figures designs, and very uniform for an army. Anyway, not much to say about these figures either. Let's have a look at what else this set includes. Having a look at the instructions included in the set, you got a somewhat okay looking rendition, a QR code if you want to build the set digitally. Flipping open just tells you about set app, that they're switching to paper bags eventually, and opening up to the first few pages, you have Zane as the progress bar, as he should be. But yeah, straightforward building techniques, not a lot of bags to this set, if I'm being honest. But flipping all the way to the back shows the completed model, kind of like the little play feature I showed off earlier, with little scenery, which is same as the front of the instructions. Then you just have some advertisements for the Dragons Rising sets that were released in 2023. Parts listing that goes on for 2 pages, and then a win at the back. In terms of extra parts, this is all that I got in my copy of the set. Overall, for 40 Canadian dollars, I think that this is an okay set. You get a pretty decent minifigure selection and some unique parts that kind of makes the build experience feel a little fresh. The only complaint I really have is, you know, how many stickers there are. It feels a little excessive, but hey, it's just the way things are nowadays with LEGO doing what they do best, which is whatever they do. The only really complaint, though, in terms of the build, though, to be honest here, is just the back there and how that pops off. Really wish there could have been a better build technique for that. Other than that, it's a pretty solid build with a fun play feature. I definitely like everything about this. I don't really have any complaints. Besides that, good build, good minifigure selection, just nothing really to hate about this set, if I'm being honest. So 40 Canadian dollars, again, definitely worth the pickup, I would say, if you are a big Ninjago fan, or you're just a Zane collector like myself and will collect anything that's Zane related. Anyway, those are more or less my thoughts. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this review, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, all that fun stuff. Anyway, thank you everyone so much for watching. I'll see you all in a future video. Till then, see you later. Bye-bye.